This is my full day of eating for today, and hopefully it adds up to about 200 grams of protein. I've noticed for the last 6 to 8 months, there's been a trend, a good trend on social media that people are trying to get at least 100 grams of protein a day. And I think the general rule is about a gram of protein per pound of weight in your body. So we're gonna start with breakfast, go to lunch, go to dinner, and go to snack. And that usually adds up to about 200 grams, and hopefully that does today. For today's breakfast, I'm gonna hard boil 2 eggs. I boil them for about 9 minutes. I like a slice of toast too, so this is keto bread. Rose decided to join me to help peel and cut the eggs, and that's what I like. I really like when the yolk is still a little bit soft and jammy in the middle. And then we'll finish it with salt, pepper, garlic-infused extra virgin olive oil, and a drizzle of good balsamic vinegar from Italy, and breakfast is ready. Breakfast is served. Each egg comes in at 6 grams of protein. I need some toast on the side, just a little something something. That's keto bread. I'm having 2 eggs, 12 grams of protein to start the day. Not a bad start. Every day after my workout, I'll have a protein smoothie. Of course, I'm using the Flav City one, and chocolate peanut butter is my favorite. Yes, it has best-in-class ingredients, but it also has 25 grams of protein per serving. That protein comes from grass-fed whey, and of course, it's delicious. It's time for lunch, and this is where things really start to amp up with protein with 2 simple ingredients. Cottage cheese on the side with tuna salad. Why do I say that? Well, take a look. 1 serving of my favorite cottage cheese. If you haven't tried the double cream one from Good Cultures, so yummy. 1/2 cup serving has 14 grams of protein, and 1 tin of this skipjack smaller tuna has 27 grams of protein. 41 grams of protein in lunch, and here's how I make it. After I drain the tuna, I'll add it to a bowl. And to season it, I'll add a couple tablespoons of avocado oil mayonnaise, a big spoonful of stone ground mustard, the juice of about half a lemon, a good pinch of salt, a few cracks of pepper, give it a mix up, and that's done. Plate it up along with a 1/2 cup of that creamy, rich cottage cheese, and lunch is ready. It came together in less than 5 minutes. And yes, it's 41 grams of protein. And according to my iPhone, I'm currently up to 78 grams for the day. But there's an important combination of protein and fat, because if you look, 1/2 cup, yes, has the 14 grams of protein, but the cottage cheese has 7 grams of fat. What do I always say about combining good fat with protein? Satiety. It will keep you fuller for longer. And because we're eating lean protein, if you watched my video the other week about foods that stimulate the natural GLP-1 hormone in your gut, protein is one of those. And that will also increase satiety and not make you feel hungry later on. So you're like double dipping here in terms of your protein goals and really feeling satiated for a long time. If I grab something from my vitamin caddy over there, it's one of the many things I take every day. It's Armra, and they wanted to sponsor this video. In this jug right here is Armra Colostrum, and I put it in Rose's smoothie every morning. Desi and I take it every day, but I don't put it in my smoothie, and definitely don't put it in anything warm because it can kill the living bioactives. I dry scoop it on my tongue, which is actually beneficial for your oral microbiome. But what is Armra Colostrum? Colostrum is the early mother's milk from grass-fed pasture-raised cattle. In the colostrum is the backbone of the immune system. And don't worry, they're not pushing the calves aside. It turns out that the majority of colostrum is actually wasted, and so they're using it to put in here. And remember what I said earlier about how heat can damage colostrum? Look at this, cold chain technology. It's essentially not using any heat to damage the hundreds of living bioactives in here. So why would you want to use this? Because it's really good for your gut barrier, respiratory barrier, immune barrier, and more. I love it. I do it once or twice a day. Now that we're in cold and flu season, 2 a day is a must. So they have the big jugs. They have individual travel packs too. And for first-time customers, my link down below gets you 20% off your first order. Whether you get the tubs or the sticks, get the unflavored Armra Colostrum. It is legit. You hear me oftentimes say I can have a steak every night for dinner, and that's true. But this steak right here is beautiful. Take a look at the marbling. It's incredibly marbled with fat. Now, normally you would find that in a grain-fed meat, but I always talk about it on stories. Mine is grass-fed, but Wagyu breed. It's from an amazing company called First Light Farms. This measures out at 0.63 pounds, which is 286 grams. So I preheated old Fireball here. I gotta season it. I'm gonna prepare the steak very simply, just salt. But I find that most people actually use less salt than you need because the salt really brings out the beef flavor. So I'll get every side of the steak. I've got the searing part of my grill set to low, which is still actually really high. After a few minutes, I'll give it a flip. That looks beautiful. And then at the end, I like to stick in a digital probe thermometer just to make sure it's about medium rare. And it's gonna carry over a few more degrees when I yank it off the grill. And be honest, how does this look to you? Cooked to your liking, over, under? To be honest, I probably could have gone a few degrees less, but either way, this beautiful steak here, as much as I eat them, I never get tired of them. It's so juicy. It's that marbling from the Wagyu breed. It is off the charts. So it's 286 grams of total weight for the meat. Each gram of weight has 0.23 grams of protein. The steak was 285 grams, 66 grams of fully bioavailable protein from this steak. And that's something I didn't talk about in the video the other week. There's something called the protein digestibility score. Beef is above 90%. Dairy, yogurt, 100%. If you were eating a black bean veggie burger and it said it had 18 grams of protein, the protein digestibility score of black beans is around 60%. So even though it says 20 on the label, you would only actually get about 12 grams. So something to keep in mind. This is an awesome and tasty way to get 66 grams of protein. Around 8 o'clock, I like to have my last snack of the day. Any later, it could interfere with my sleep. I'll make this protein yogurt ball, snuggle up on the couch, watch the new season of Tulsa King with Stallone, an epic show. This is gonna be a pumpkin spice yogurt bowl, high protein, high satiety. Here's how you do it. Add 3/4 of a cup of good Greek-style yogurt to a bowl, and then 1 scoop of protein of choice. I'm using the vanilla cream, all-in-one Flav City protein for this. And then to make it fall-inspired, just spank in a little bit of pumpkin spice. Give it a whisk up. It's a little messy in the beginning, but after a few seconds, it gets uber creamy and dreamy. I need a touch of crunch in there, so I'm gonna sprinkle in some of these raw and sprouted pumpkin seeds. And there it is. I'm telling you. I not only love it, but you guys love it too. I've posted 2 versions of this one to Shorts recently and Instagram Reels, and they've done very well because yes, it tastes decadent, and it's a great way to end the day. But this is a lot of protein and then some healthy fat. Of course, you're getting 25 grams of protein from my vanilla cream all-in-one protein smoothie, by far the #1 flavor. This brand tends to have an extra gram of protein compared to others, and this is the one I've been talking about that for some reason has been very hard to find at the grocery store, but it was on sale at Whole Foods last week, so I bought a couple. A serving, which is 3/4 cup, has 16 grams of protein and the Costco size nuts and seeds. A 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons. I use 2 tablespoons, 4 grams of protein, 25, 16, 4, 45 grams of protein to end the day. And it helps with satiety because you have the healthy fat in there. And you're watching Stallone. Come on, you're winning life. It's time to turn it over to the accounting team to tally up all of the protein totals. So, breakfast with the eggs, 12 grams of protein. My protein shake post-workout, 25 grams of protein. Lunch with the tuna and cottage cheese, 27 and 14 grams of protein. My steak dinner, 66 grams of protein. My dessert yogurt bowl, 16 grams of protein from the yogurt, 25 from my protein smoothie, 4 grams from the seeds for a total of 189 grams of protein. So yes, a hair shy from the title of the video, but consistently I feel like I'm in the 150 to 200 grams per day range. I can already see the comments down below. This dude is gonna kill his kidneys. That amount of protein is bad for you. No, it is not bad for you, especially when it's coming from good sources like this. And studies are actually showing that we can digest more protein than we used to think. Back in the day, and when I was growing up and everything, they said 35 grams of protein was the max you can absorb or be bioavailable at one sitting, they're finding now that it's actually closer to 100 grams of protein, especially post-workout. And why would you want to get that amount of protein? Well, I think it's the same reason this whole 100 gram of protein per day challenge got really popular last year. Because when you're getting that amount of protein, minimum 100 a day, ideally a little more, you're repairing and building your muscle, you're increasing satiety and not getting hungry later on, and it boosts your metabolism. And there's so many other good benefits of it. And you don't have to eat the same thing every day. You can mix it up. Imagine an egg salad, a chicken salad, grilled chicken thighs. If you want to see another version of this, but with completely different menus, let me know, leave a comment down below. If you want to try, obviously it's mine, but the best protein powder on the market, my all-in-one protein smoothie is the best ingredient, best tasting protein on the market that'll help you hit your goals. That's on Amazon or my website, which is linked down below. But that is it. That was a full day of eating that, yes, we really did cook everything. It's been about 5 hours to make this video, but we're done. And we'll see you soon. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking. Mad love. Peace. Bye.